All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're transporting ourselves to the freezing, remote, and truly awe-inspiring roof of the world. We're talking about a region that completely captivated human imagination millennia before modern maps were even a thing.
Who can approach Manasarovar, where snow falls without clouds? This ancient, poetic question just perfectly sets the stage for our journey into a landscape of utter mystery. We're going to examine the accounts of one of the most extreme, mystical, and revered frontiers on planet Earth, drawing directly from the exhaustive, first-hand explorations of a pretty remarkable scientist and ascetic.
We are gazing at what has been called the Cynosure of the world. Here, the pristine turquoise waters of Lake Manasarovar meet the majestic, snow-capped silvery dome of Mount Kailash. Sitting at a heavenly altitude of nearly 15,000 feet, this is a place of such overpowering, almost intimidating beauty that it's said to pull even the most wandering mind into a state of sublime serenity.
So, Section 1, the roof of the world. Let's start by really establishing the sheer, breathtaking physical scale of this hallowed ground. We are talking about a geographical marvel that literally touches the heavens. And that scale really comes down to one staggering number, 22,028. Mount Kailash thrusts exactly 22,028 feet into the pitch blue sky. To put that into perspective, that extreme altitude makes it one of the most punishing and visually dazzling environments on Earth, completely battered by tempestuous winds and sudden, violent hailstorms. And what's wild is that long before modern mapmakers arrived, this region was already firmly established in ancient texts. In fact, before the dawn of recorded history, Manasarovar was already recognized as the sacred lake. It was famous many centuries before the lakes of Europe were even charted.
Moving on to Section 2, Epicenter of Faith. Transitioning away from physical geography, we really have to ask, why has this isolated, freezing terrain been the ultimate destination for countless generations?
Well, this landscape serves as the ultimate spiritual epicenter across entirely different traditions. For Hindus, the mountain is the highly revered abode of Shiva and Parvati. And for Buddhists, it's venerated as the dwelling of the tutelary deity Demchog and his consort Dorje Pangmo, surrounded by 500 bodhisattvas. The whole area is just charged with a profound vibration that spans across deeply rooted theologies.
Because of its intense spiritual resonance and its unparalleled beauty, this lake has attracted a beautifully wild variety of seekers. You have hermits seeking the eternal silence of nirvana in freezing lakeside caves, right alongside scientists, treasure hunters, poets, and painters. It literally offers an irresistible enigma to anyone who sets eyes upon it.
But, that mythological reverence is very much grounded in a harsh, everyday reality. Amidst this celestial backdrop, nomadic survival has to continue. Shepherds flock to the shores in the winter, dealing in wool shearing and goat milking, surviving in black tents against the absolute biting cold. Which brings us to Section 3, Centuries of Exploration. Having established the rich mythology and daily life, it's time to uncover how we learned the physical truths of the area. And unlocking these secrets was no easy feat. The grueling progression of mapping this region spans well over a century. We start back in 1812 with early pioneers like William Moorcroft, who often had to disguise themselves as pilgrims just to enter Tibet. We move through various surveyors to the famous Swedish explorer Sven Hedin in 1907. But this timeline truly culminates in the comprehensive, unparalleled expeditions starting in the 1930s by one remarkable individual. And he is going to be our guide for the rest of this journey, Swami Pranavanda. He was a totally unique combination of things, a scientist, a strict ascetic, and a fellow of the Royal Geographical Society. His exhaustive on-the-ground fieldwork completely rewrote our geographical understanding of the region, debunking many old Western assumptions. Think about this number, 26. That is the grueling number of complete 54-mile circumambulations or parikromas the Swami made around the freezing Lake Manasarovar. Adding to that, he completed 23 rounds of Mount Kailash. This proved his absolutely unmatched dedication to studying its secrets firsthand over multiple years. All right, Section 4, Mapping the Four Rivers. Let's dive right into one of the Swami's greatest scientific triumphs, debunking those old myths and correctly mapping the complex hydrology of the region. He definitively traced the genetic sources of 4 of Asia's great rivers: the Sutlej, the Indus, the Brahmaputra, and the Karnali. With rigorous scientific precision, he proved that all 4 originate within a mere 45-mile radius of the Holy Lake, mapping their exact glaciers and springs.
This was absolutely crucial because his meticulous fieldwork triumphantly corrected the geographic record. Earlier explorers, most notably Sven Hedin, had actually published incorrect locations for these river sources. The Swami's hard, verified geographic data permanently corrected those flawed findings and effectively grounded ancient Tibetan scriptures in scientific reality. And to top it off, by personally wading across freezing water, literally 44 times, he established the Ganga Chu as a vital 6-mile connective channel. This physical feat decisively dissolved false claims that major rivers flowed directly out of the lake itself. He proved that instead, excess water simply flows into the neighboring Rakshas Tal Lake.
Finally, let's explore Section 5, the Frozen Wonders. We're going to look at the visceral, almost alien physical landscape the Swami documented during his continuous 16-month stay on the shores of the lake.
Okay, prepare for a seriously jarring juxtaposition. Up at an altitude of over 18,000 feet, right near Mount Kailash, the Swami discovered 19-core-year-old marine fossils. Let that sink in. Finding Mesozoic-era ocean fossils way up here provides the astonishing geological proof that this towering, snow-capped peak was once a deep ocean bed.
He also witnessed the breathtaking, brutal reality of the lake actually freezing over. Defying earlier myths that claimed it magically froze in a single hour, he observed a terrifying plunge in temperature following an intense stillness. It took 3 full days to turn the massive 200-square-mile lake into what looks like a mythological ocean of curds.
And surviving the elements meant witnessing absolutely bizarre phenomena. We're talking about terrifying coastal ice explosions, where 21-foot-high ice blocks collapse like a house of cards due to subterranean quakes. Yet in other spots, the ice freezes so crystal clear that you can look straight down through the frozen surface and see live fish swimming actively in the depths below. Incredible.
It's like the stark reality of this landscape perfectly mirrors its mythology. From tempestuous winds to moments of absolute sublime serenity, the lake truly presents an enigma. As the Swami put it, it's a lake of hundreds of avatars and myriads of changing forms.
So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this to ponder. Swami Pranavanda proved that ancient traditions often hide incredible, verifiable scientific realities. The roof of the world has yielded some of its deepest geographic and geological secrets to us, but we really have to wonder what else remains hidden in that eternal, freezing silence.